What's happening, everybody? Greg Ehrenberg here from OddsShopper. It is Friday, and it is time to break down one final slate before we head into the weekend. So if you guys could do me a favor, like this video and subscribe to the YouTube channel. And if you want to sign up for OddsShopper, there's a link below that gets you 70% off first time you sign up. You're going to get access to all the data and tools that I'm about to walk you through here in the next 7 to 8 minutes or so. Let's look at some of the top MLB bets of the day. And starting with a strikeout prop that I really like here, Carlos Rodon under 6.5 strikeouts. And Rodon's one of the more talented pitchers that we have in baseball. He's often injured, though, and that is why he's making not only his season debut with the Yankees today, but actually his debut with the team after he signed with them in the offseason. We saw Rodon get injured in spring training, has not pitched at the big leagues yet this year, but he has made 3 minor league rehab starts, and this is why I like the under here for Carlos Rodon. So 3 rehab starts for Rodon. He was actually making some of his starts with the Somerville Patriots, who live right down the street from me, actually. Well, not live. Their stadium, I should say, is right down the street from me. The players, I don't assume, all sleep in the stadium. Maybe they do. I don't know. Carlos Rodon probably doesn't, though. Anyway, Rodon, his over-under is 6.5 strikeouts. These are the 3 rehab appearances he made. He pitched 3 innings, 4 innings, and 3 2/3 innings. Now, his results were really good. So overall, he pitched 10 2/3 innings in 3 rehab starts. He only allowed 1 run. He had 17 strikeouts in those outings, but still, he had 5 or less Ks in 2 out of those 3. And that's really my big concern here. Rodon has such a long injury history. The Yankees just gave him a big contract, signed him to a lot of money. It's a long-term deal. How cautious are they going to be with Rodon his first season with the Yankees here, especially considering, the long layoff, the injuries? I tend to think he's not going to pitch all that deep into the game. And I think his rehab starts where he never pitched deeper than 4 innings in any of those 3. I think we're probably getting 4 or 5 innings out of Rodon, pretty similar to if you guys saw the Tyreek Skubal start from a couple of days ago, where Skubal was starting against the Oakland A's. He actually pitched 4 perfect innings with 6 strikeouts, and they still took him out after the 4th inning. I think we could see something similar out of Rodon. So give me under 6.5 strikeouts for a pitcher that I don't think is going to work, especially deep into the game. Another strikeout prop that looks pretty good here, Corbin Burns under 7.5 strikeouts. And Burns is definitely pitching better now than he was earlier in the season, but this is still a guy who's a little bit far removed from the pitcher who won the Cy Young a couple of years ago, and his strikeout rate is way down this year. So this year, we're seeing Corbin Burns strike out 23% of the hitters that he's faced, whereas in the previous years from Corbin Burns, 30.5% strikeout rate, 35.6, 36.7. He has a strikeout rate for his career north of 30%. So seeing that he's only striking out 23% of the hitters that he faces this year, and then also a matchup that I think now we kind of expected to be a little bit difficult against the Cincinnati Reds. Coming into the year, though, I don't think any of us thought the Reds would be as good as what they currently are. So give me under 7.5 strikeouts for Corbin Burns. He's actually only hit over 7.5 strikeouts in 4 starts the entire season out of 17. So under 7.5 Ks for Corbin Burns. And now looking at another prop related to that game, actually, Elly De La Cruz plus 225 to steal a base. We have the fair line here at plus 199. So anything better than that, like plus 225, would make sense. Let's see, which books have better lines than that? Unibet and Bet Rivers both have 220 and 225. So those are the 2 spots that looks playable. For our favorite home run bet of the day, we've got Stone Garrett right at the top of our OS rating here, plus 420 to homer. We have him at the fair odds, plus 362. And one other strikeout prop here that I think is worth talking about, Bailey Ober for under 5.5 strikeouts, primarily because this is a plus money bet. We've got it winning close to 50% of the time, wins 52% of the time. So at plus money, I think it makes sense. Tough matchup for Bailey Ober against the Baltimore Orioles, and just a guy who's never really been a super high upside pitcher in terms of the strikeouts. He's massive. He's built like a skyscraper. He's like 7 feet tall, almost, Bailey Ober. But still, for his career, he's typically had strikeout rates in the low 20% range, and he also doesn't typically work super deep into games. So if I pull up the game log right here for Bailey Ober this year, I think it'll show just how infrequently it is that we're getting big strikeout games out of Ober. So there's been a handful of ones as of late where he's gotten 8 strikeouts, but overall for the course of the career, we have not seen massive strikeout games for Bailey Ober, and he's actually only pitched deeper than 6 innings twice the entire season. So under 5.5 Ks for Bailey Ober. As long as you get it at plus money, I do think it makes some sense. Let's check out tennis. See if there are any tennis bets for Wimbledon that are looking good right now. And number one bet of the day, David Goffin against Andrei Rublev. We have Goffin plus 2.5 sets, minus 140 the odds, fair odds, minus 151. So a little bit earlier in the day, there are more tennis bets, but a lot of the matches have already started at the time that I'm recording this. But David Goffin, that is our number one tennis bet. And now let's build some prize picks. Let's see. Although maybe, nothing popping up as plus EV for prize picks today. So let's go and look at our parlay builder and see what we can make for FanDuel and DraftKings. Here's a plus EV tennis line. I'll take this one out. All right, here we go. So this is a 4-leg parlay over for FanDuel, and see Bailey Ober is popping up again here. Under 5.5 strikeouts, plus 108. Carlos Rodon, minus 126 for under 6.5 strikeouts. Bradford, under 4.5 strikeouts. And then the Djokovic Wawrinka, under 3.5 sets. So basically looking for Djokovic to win in straight sets there. That's what is projecting as a positive bet there. So 12% expected win rate, 17% expected EV on this 850 parlay. If we go and check out DraftKings now. Savali under 5.5 strikeouts. Manoah, who's making his return for the Blue Jays under 4.5 strikeouts. Manoah's been absolutely terrible this year. He also got his ass kicked in single A after the Blue Jays sent him down here. I can't imagine that this next stint for him is going to go all that well at the big league level. So Manoah under 4.5 strikeouts. Another line here with Bailey Ober under 5.5 strikeouts. I'll actually take this one out since we had it in a different leg, and I'll take this out since it's not massively plus EV. And then one other, Ciafalin against Guido Pella in tennis, over 3.5 sets. So overall, plus 550 parlay over on DraftKings, 16% expected win rate and 6% expected EV. So parlay builder, fun thing to play around with and build yourself some plus EV parlays using the tools we have over at OddsShopper. And if you guys want more bets and information from myself, go check out our Chalkboard channel. There's a link for that below. It is totally free to download Chalkboard and get into our channel. I post some additional free bets in there and answer any questions you guys have. And that's going to do it for me for the week. I hope you guys win all your bets today. Good luck and have a great weekend.